Humble family, how are you guys, man? Pray you all are well, blessed and safe, taking care of yourselves, spreading and putting love and positivity in the air. So I want to start this video off with asking a question, right? When God created man, what do you believe his intentions was? What do you believe his purpose was for creating man? What do you think? So I'm gonna give my opinion on what I think, because I've been reading the Bible and I started off from the book of Genesis. And what I believe God created man for is to protect, provide, and show leadership. Protect, provide, show leadership. That's what I believe God created man for. Protect, provide, and show leadership, right? That's what God, created us for. And what was one of the first things that God did with Adam when he created him? He placed him in the garden, right? He placed Adam in the garden for what? To take care of it. All the animals came to him. He named all the animals. He took care of the garden, and we're supposed to take care of that garden. That was God's command for him. That was his purpose for him. So I believe that every man that's here on earth has a responsibility from God, and it's all going to fall in that category. It might be a different path. I'm not sure what it is, what God may have called you to do, but best believe God gave you a responsibility, and it's either going to be to protect, provide, show leadership, or it could be all three, right? So what I really topic of this video I wanted it to be is that the things that we do as men will not only affect us, but it will affect our entire household. Kids, wife, if you're married, whoever is living in your house, you as a man being that protector, being that provider, showing that leadership, or being supposed to be that leader, what you do on a daily basis will affect your household. Alright, so we all have a responsibility as men, and that's to fulfill the purpose that God has given us. It is our purpose to find out what that may be. But if we're doing things like just living and not really trying to search for a purpose, not trying to plan out what we want for us, and we're just being slothful on a daily basis, we're being lazy on a daily basis, best believe that, like I said, it's not just going to affect you. Yeah, you reap what you sow, but it's also going to affect the others around you. And I'm talking about as far as your household. So as men, we gotta watch what we say, and we gotta watch what we do, because these things take effect, whether it's physically or spiritually, man. It's definitely going to have an effect on your loved ones as well. And that's why it's so important for us as men to be on our purpose, to spread love, to share the light, and to do as God intended us to do, and not ignoring that. Because when you start to think about it, and you like, hey, you might, I'm gonna use corn for an example. You might be like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and watch that video real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and do this and do that. And you doing it behind closed doors, right? Because you believe nobody sees, you believe nobody sees you and everything like that. So you take it to initiative of yourself to go ahead and feed your flesh, right? And then you probably ask for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? You probably feel shameful of it too. But like I said, as a man, it's just not affecting you, bro. If you got a wife at home, you're allowing the enemy to come into your home to also attack her. You got kids that's living with you, you're also opening doors for the enemy to come in and attack them as well. Because you're a man, you're a man, bro, and that's not what we're out here supposed to be doing. Watching videos, being slothful, just being lazy, not having a set goal in mind, not trying to find our purpose, and also not trying to fulfill that purpose as well. So if you find yourself like me, It's been times where, you just get mad over the littlest things. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your kid's not listening to you. You telling them, hey, sit down, stop jumping around, do this, do that, and they just not listening. They just keep on doing what they doing. You might be trying to talk with your wife or something like that, but in her eyes, she doesn't respect you. She talks to you any kind of way. Don't get mad at them. You got to look at yourself first, bro. You got to look at yourself first. As a man, you have to look at yourself first. Am I doing everything right as a man? Am I living the way God intended me to do? Because it's a reason. I mean, like I said, man, you got some disrespectful women out here, and you got disobedient kids. I get it. But sometimes, man, when you look at yourself, you're not doing it yourself. You might not be disrespectful and disobedient, but you might be doing other things and other ways to allow these attacks to get out and take hold of that. So everything we do, we have to do with caution. Because we gotta look at it like, hey, it's not just on me, it's on my family as well. So we have to do it with caution. And I wrote some notes down. I just want to make sure I don't forget anything. You know what I'm saying? But so if you're in that situation where your household just doesn't respect you, just doesn't look at you as a man, just doesn't respect you and this and that, then it's time, like I said, we gotta start looking at ourselves, and we gotta be that example of how we want our household to be. So how can we do these things, humble family? How can we do this? How can we be the example of bearing good fruits? We can pray, we can fast, spend more time with God, just being on a mission, whether that's working on your own craft, trying to start your own business, just doing stuff like that. But praying, fasting, being humble before God, that's all examples of what we can do to bear good fruit, to be the light that God has created us to be. Because just as bad as when we're doing stuff, wicked and evil things, just as much as that can take effect on our household, if we're doing the right things, living righteously, spreading love, spending time with God, then that's going to affect your household too. It ain't just all bad. When you're doing good too, it will affect your household, and you'll start to see changes going around. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it all starts with us. It all starts with us as men. And that's just my belief, man. Correct me if I'm wrong, share your opinions and everything like that. But as a man, I just feel like we were created to provide, to protect, and show leadership. And when we're not doing those things, the people that's behind us, our wife, our children, whoever might be behind us, don't expect them to be all good as well. Or don't expect them just, you know what I'm saying? Because your wife could be doing everything right. I'm talking about praying, she putting God first in everything she do. She really don't do nothing wicked, this and that. But if you out here still living in the world, still giving it to your flesh, still watching these videos without a care in the world too, I'm talking about willfully just doing these things, it's going to affect her too. And she might be sitting there like, dang, I'm doing all this and doing all that, what's going on? But the whole time you might be doing stuff behind closed doors that you feel like you hide, but you're never hiding anything from God. So best believe He's going to take it out on you and your family too. And that's what hurts the most. I know for me anyway, that's what hurts the most, because it's like I could take accountability for my own actions, and I'm like, hey, I did that. So if something happens, I'll accept that and stuff like that. But when you start to think not just for yourself, but for the others around you, your loved ones as well, and you start to see how that's affecting them too by what you're doing, that's when it starts to get real. You're like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's true, man, because I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, after, we know the story about Cain and Abel. And Cain murdered his brother, right? Throughout Cain's whole family line, it was just evil and wickedness. They really didn't show love for God like that. But when God blessed Eve with another son, who was Seth, he was supposed to be, I don't want to say replacement of Abel, because I feel like nobody can really replace you, but he was supposed to be that representation of Abel. And he was, man, he lived for the Lord. He worshiped the Lord. He gave him his first, his first sacrifices and everything, right? God blessed his family line going down, and that's where Noah came in. And when God called Noah to build that ark and everything, Noah listened. Noah listened to every command that God said, no matter what people was calling him crazy, this or that. Noah listened to everything God said. And when God destroyed the earth, what did he do? He saved Noah, but he didn't just save Noah. He saved Noah, he saved his sons, he saved Noah's wife, and he also saved the wives of Noah's son. That's the whole family, bro. That's the whole family. So that's why I say, man, I just feel like the things that we do as men, because we're supposed to be what? Protectors, providers, and leaders. So the things we do as men, God is just going to either bless your entire family line, or you're going to reap what you sow through your family line, man, through your bloodline. It's real out here, man. Genetics, DNA, all that, man. What they call it, heritage and everything like that goes down. But at the end of the day, if you're doing right, if you're living righteously, producing good fruit, spreading the light that God has made you, and what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it's gonna be all good. It's always gonna be challenges and tests. But I do really firmly believe that it could be a lot better than what it might be going for you right now, if you're living in the world, if you're doing these things behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? So be that example, man. Be the example. Yeah. So I basically covered everything. Yeah. So just be the example that we want to be, Humble Family. Be the example who we want our household to be. We got our kids looking up to us. We got our kids absorbing everything we do like a sponge. It's things that I have done before, not bad things, but it's just like little stuff that I had done before. Like my son came to me today, he dropped my phone. He was like, "Oh, my bad." I was like, "Whoa, that was the first time I heard him say that." You know what I'm saying? So it's like our kids are looking up to us each and every day, even when we don't think they seeing what we doing and stuff like that. They know. Kids know, man. Yeah, Humble Family. That's all I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the enemy want me to put this video out or something because everything keep going wrong. But we'll wrap it up, man. But before you try to judge anybody or just look for wrongfulness in anybody, reflect on yourself, man, and make sure that you're doing everything you need to do as a man first. Protecting, providing, showing leadership. All right. I love you guys. Stay prayed up. Let's continue to keep being humble before God. Keep working on ourselves to be better humans for God. And yeah, that's about it, man. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll see y'all next video.
There you go. There you go. Good job.